Hey there, Power Up with Pride. Bring lots and lots of love to our next runner, Akio, who is going to be running Nights into Dreams, all levels for you on the Sega Saturn right the hecky now.
Hello, everyone. I am Akio, and I'm here to bring you one of the best games on the Sega Saturn, Nights into Dreams. And doing commentary with me is Shintalk.
Howdy, I'm Shentok. I used to run this game a number of years ago. I still do it once in a while just for fun. I love this game. It was the sole reason I bought a Sega Saturn as a kid. Absolutely amazing game.
Oh, yeah. And Shintalk is going to be doing most of the explaining throughout this run. But without further ado, I will be starting this run in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. So, Nights in the Dreams. Most famously known for having a controller designed just for it for the console. Luckily, Sega had the grand vision of allowing other developers to use this controller, and even developed another game specifically made for it. But this is like a hybrid arcade score attack, time attack kind of game made for the home console because Sega was still very much in the arcade mindset.
Controller just did the thing again where it.
Oh no. So Tora is having a little trouble with calibration. Luckily on the Saturn, it's really easy to do, really easy to fix. So yeah, they basically developed an analog controller just for this game, and to this day, for me personally, it's the best analog controller ever made. It feels so good to use, and there's nothing else like it out there. But back to the game, it's basically intended as like a score attack game, and if you're not familiar with arcade gaming, it can feel a little weird and punishing when you first play the game, especially getting used to the controls. But the way the game works is that each stage is divided into 4 laps, and in each lap you need to collect 20 of the blue orbs. And when you have 20 of them, you can break the cage that holds these things called ideas, spelled with a Y for some reason, that basically represent the virtues of the human spirit, courage, love, happiness, that kind of thing. And your goals as knights is to collect them back because the evil wise man is trying to harvest them from people's dreams. And so the way, like, if you were to play this normally in a score attack, it works in like a kind of like a 2-stage fashion for each lap, where first you have to collect the 20 orbs to unlock the cage to get the orb, and then after that you get double points for the remainder of the timer until you turn in the orb. And so and you also get bonus points for the faster you turn in the initial 20 orbs. So it's like it behooves you to go fast and then spend your time going lapping around over and over to get as many points as you possibly can. But because of this, you can speedrun the game, because the way the game works is that in order to get to the final stage, you have to get a minimum C rank with each character, or in each stage for that character to see the final stage for that character. Because this is like a dual character game. You have Claris and Elliot, and we're doing Claris' stages first, just because tradition, I guess. There's no real particular reason to start with either character, because it all ends in the same place. But basically, you can do paraloops to gather orbs. You have like a slight magnetism to knights to collect orbs, but it's not very big. There's a collectible you can get with an icon of these characters, and these little artificial life characters in the game called Nightopians. You can raise them, sort of. It's like kind of like the precursor to the Chow system in Sonic Adventure. And then after you do all the 4 laps, you get a boss of the stage, and this boss is Gilwing. And basically, normally if you were to play this fight, you go hit its head, and you have to do it like about 20 or so times to get this tail smaller and smaller until it can't regenerate anymore.
There we go.
But as a way for like score attacking the game, you can just do a paraloop on the tail like Akio did right here, which defeats the boss in a single hit. And if you do it fast enough, you get a 2.0 multiplier. And like score attackers of this game tend to make sure to choose this boss, because after you beat the game once, you can set what boss shows up, because when you replay a stage, the boss gets randomized. So and then after you beat the game, you can unlock like boss choice. And for score attacking, they always choose this boss because you can guarantee a 2.0 multiplier. And then after each stage, you get booted back to the title menu, where you can select the next stage or replay the current stage if you want to get a better score. But of course, we're going fast, so we just want to go right into the next stage as fast as possible. And we're going to like thematically, one of my favorite stages. Is also like one I have like a lot of nostalgia for because of when I first got my Saturn, it came with a demo for the game, not the full game itself, and the demo had this stage on it along with the stage we just played, and I remember just like being absolutely fascinated with this stage because like it was like, you know, I had never seen anything else like this in like a 3D gaming. It was all brand new to me as a kid. And so basically in this stage, basically have to do a couple of laps to get enough orbs. Another mechanic is these rings that you go through. You have this dash meter in the bottom left. The game calls it, or the manual calls it, the drill attack meter. And each time you go through one of those rings, it refills it. The orange rings refill it by 1 second of duration, and the yellow rings refill it by 2 seconds. So it's like, especially on a stage like this where there's no way to refill your meter, there's basically like a hidden Sonic icon you can collect. Of course, since this is a Sonic Team game, and you want to be able to keep that meter going so you can keep going fast. And then like right here, there's also like you can do paraloops to reveal hidden orbs and other goodies like that Sonic icon I'd mentioned. And basically, it's just like you just go fast for as long as you can. There's also some momentum in this game where you, if you're if you're descending, you can keep your momentum and even build more momentum. Basically, you can keep just going faster and faster up to like until you hit a wall, basically. And so now we're doing lap 3 backwards because it lets us do it in a single lap instead of having to do it multiple times because all the orbs are basically backfilled in the lap. So just get all 20 there and just keep going left all the way back to the gazebo at the start. And so like the timer there is like, it's the game's kind of forgiving in a way where like if you run out of time, you revert back to Clarissa Elliott depending whoever you're playing as. And you'll be able to move around on foot like you do at the start of the stage. And you can still play the game, but your score gets reset to 0. So like any points you earned are gone, and basically the stage is forfeit from like score attacking. And then you can still continue playing. You can collect orbs. You can even break the cage if you hadn't yet. Ooh, you parked the car.
Oh,
So
I parked the car again.
yeah, basically there's like a little bit of like a score attack shenanigans in this stage where like there's a car that follows you when you're in this overhead section, and you can guide a car along, and if you park it in the garage, it makes that jingle sound and gives you a bunch of points. So great for score attacking. It's just a fun happy accident if it happens in the speed run, because sometimes it just does it automatically.
Yeah.
Now we're at the stage 2 boss Gulpo, where you move around the cylinder and you have to hit the boss by dashing through it with these fish things. And you can do multiplicative damage to defeat the boss in like as little as 3 hits if you continuously hit it while it's stunned. But otherwise, it takes quite a few hits if you're not lining up your shots, which, you know, it happens. It's fairly consistent to get the 3-hit kill, but your timing has to be really precise to get that first hit. Like if you're too early, it'll move into such a position on the 3rd hit that you won't be able to get the 3rd stunned hit. If you're too late, then in the first hit, then it just moves into a position where you can't get the 2nd hit. It's just kind of funny like that.
Yeah, that was a really decent Gulpo, all things considered.
Yeah, it was very, very nice.
I just like to give a little shout out to Knights, like one of the earliest non-binary characters that I can remember in video games, and I, in particular, just absolutely love the aesthetic of this game. Like, I'm big into gesture characters. I love Knights, like, so much. Sega was just doing incredible stuff with the Saturn, like nobody else was doing. They were doing this game. I would love to see some donations come in, telling me your favorite non-binary characters in video games. I think, for me, it's between Knights and Chris Deltarune.
Nice. So now we're doing the first of like the set of stages where you can do the first lap on foot. For this stage, it's just so much faster to do the first lap on foot. You do have some actually interesting mechanics where you can chain your jumps, and if you time it right, you can do one of 2 things. Like if you hold it when you land, you'll gain a lot of air. If you tap it at the right time instead of holding it, you'll move farther forward, and you can continuously change that to move faster and faster. And it's just a technique you can do to just gain a lot of speed while you're on the ground. from what I've been told, I can't vouch for this because like it's not something you can actually do. Lap 2 can also be done faster on foot, but because of the way the game works, you have to turn in the orb in order to start the next lap. It's just you have to do the second one on foot. I mean, I don't know the truth to that. It's just what someone told me a long time ago who used to speedrun this game. But one really cool thing about this stage is that, given the name Soft Museum, it's just basically everything is like kind of pillowy despite having the earthy look all around you. Like you move into it, the ground warps around it. It's like some really fascinating effects that the game does. And now we're going to do an auto-scroller skip here. We're going to get a bunch of orbs to get as many as we can because the auto-scrollers are no good in the speedrun, at least if you can avoid it. So there's like, right if we move a little bit farther right there, you get sucked into a cannon that takes you on an auto-scroller. It's actually kind of fun. But instead we're going to go back around, and this point right here, there's like a couple of spots that you can bounce off of, and if you do a big enough paraloop, you can pull orbs from off the screen, just because the magnetism, the way it works, is in a 3D space.
There we go.
And so you can collect all 20 orbs without ever having to do the auto-scroller, because you can get 18 of them, but like you can't get the other 2 without doing that. And unfortunately, like you get a D rank, but it doesn't really matter because it averages out in the end. But I really like that about this stage about this game is like almost all but one auto scrollers are skippable, and it's like it doesn't like at least it's like it almost feels intentional that you can do that. Like I know this game is designed for score attack, but it's also really cool how they made it feel like really good to just go fast in as well. And it's like they just designed the game from the ground up to be like a speed game in addition to scoring, since scoring is based on speed. And I just absolutely love it for that. And now we're getting like the first like skill check of the game in a way. If you were to start with Claris, this boss is Jackal, who basically his whole thing is that he throws cards at you, and they're really hard to dodge if you're not familiar with your movement in this game. And also, ooh, that's unfortunate. He's also invincible as long as he has the cape. And a lot of mistake that a lot of new players, including me, did is that if you hit him out of his cape and then you let him, then you try to hit him again, you just like have trouble with it, and he'll get his cape back, and then you hit him again, you're not doing any damage. And the only time you can damage him is when he doesn't have his cape. But fortunately, when he doesn't have his cape, his entire movement is just get back to the cape. So it's really easy to deal with him once you get the cape off. But like up into that point, it can be really difficult until
yeah,
you
it was
out.
a bit unfortunate that he got his cape back one time, but fortunately I was able to like recover quickly from that.
Yeah, that was a really nice recovery. I don't know, for me, for some reason I struggle when he's on the right side, and sometimes I just have trouble dodging his cards.
Yeah. To note, you really don't want to have like no boost for Jackal, because when he's like moving away from you and shooting cards, like it's really hard to catch up to him.
Yeah. So you were saying?
We have time for a donation here?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Super Blood Wolf Moonson and $40 and says, come on, we got 40 minutes to hit 2K. Here's 40 to get us halfway there. Thank you so much, Super Blood Wolf Moon. That one went also towards our bid war that we have open right now to choose the sprite in the Link's Awakening run tomorrow, putting Martha the Mermaid into a healthy lead now at first place at $40. In second place, we have Kirby at $9. Now, if you feel strongly about it, we have lots of other options. The Link's Awakening Bunny, the Oracle of Ages Woman, Rosa from Oracle of Seasons, and Saria from Ocarina of Time. You can put your donation, 2 Point of Pride, towards any of those sprites for that run. Do we have time for one more?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
All right, we have an $80 donation here from an anonymous donor who says 2K hype, and both of those donations absolutely put us over $2,000 raised for Point of Pride. Thank you so much for your generosity. That one also went towards our incentive that we have open also for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening run for the Marin date. We are looking for $700 to unlock that, and now we're already up to $130. So please do keep those donations coming in. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is super generous.
So this stage shows off a little bit of like Knights being a bit of a shapeshifter. Whenever you go through those bubbles of water, Knights turns into a mer person, which is really fascinating. You don't get to see it very much, but there's an auto scroller we skip where you get to see a lot more of it. Unfortunately, like you don't get to see it, but that's for the sake of speed. So like right here, we're gonna be doing another really big paraloop to get at least 10 orbs. Just because that's what we need, because that's basically all there is before. Oh, nice, there you go. Before the auto scroller, there's like 10 there, and you can get 11 there, like Akio did, and then there's like 10 more you can grab. There you go. And if you just go a little bit farther right, you get stuck in the auto scroller. And I like the auto scroller in this one. It's just like it's slow.
Yeah. At least the auto scroller that we cannot skip is the fastest one of them.
Yeah, it's also really fun.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I don't really like is the one that's in a later stage, the last stage before the final stage.
Oh yeah, Skip Canyon.
Yeah, if only just because it's really uninteresting to go through. But we'll get to there when we get there.
Okay.
So now we're fighting Puffy, another strange boss, basically like a giant beach ball with, a head and a body, sort of almost. But basically, she can only really hurt you by running, by inadvertently getting into you. But mostly it's just like tossing her around and trying to make sure she doesn't bounce off the walls, except for the ones that are destructible until you can pop her.
There was a weird moment a while back where I went to grab her and I just went right through her and got damaged instead. Like, what?
Yeah, sometimes that can happen.
Made me want to say Happy Pride. Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Oh yeah, even the dice with the rankings is rainbow colored. So yeah, Happy Pride. There is a little soft reset you can do to skip the tutorial screens. Unfortunately, it's a little risky because if you hold it down for a little too long, you can get booted back to the Saturn BIOS, which wastes a bit of time. So for marathon safety, I just don't do it.
I do it anyways out of habit. I can't help myself. So this one is also done on foot, but it's only halfway done on foot. There's like 13 you can collect, but I think you only need 11 or 12.
I think 12 you need 13.
Yeah, you think you need all 13? I don't remember offhand. I just get them all anyways, just because.
I always get them all because it's safety.
Yeah. I think you only need 12 because I think there's 4 you can get up here. Yeah. So yeah, you only need 12, but it's hard not to get 13.
Oh. Gotta remember not to go backwards there because that can cause the chips in the beginning of this part to not appear.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's considered not finishing the lap. So there's a bunch of these little ladders, I guess, that you can spin off of, and it's kind of fun. It feels kind of fast if you do it right. I don't know if it actually is, but it feels fast.
I mean, the whole game feels really, really fast, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely, it feels like it's a Sega thing, right? We got Sonic, we got Knights.
Yeah, exactly.
Those lion Nightmarins can be a little annoying.
Yeah, because they're invincible while they're doing that. There you go. Get the Sonic icons and go even faster. Oh, where are you going?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, right here.
Getting ahead of yourself there.
There we go. I was moving ahead was the cage down here? Nope.
So now we're doing the auto-scroller.
Here's the auto-scroller we cannot skip, but...
Yeah, Knights turns into a toboggan, and Elliot rides Knights. It's fun.
It's really fun, and also, it's the quickest of the auto-scrollers.
Oh, nice. 17's a good number. Ideally, you want to get, at least 18, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, whenever I'm just one short, I tend to, paraloop over the background.
Yeah, because
Let's
sometimes
see
even
what
if
we
your
got on.
movement's really good, you can just miss some.
You've heard of the lesbian car from Utena. Now get ready for the non-binary toboggan from Nights into Dreams.
Yeah. So now we're fighting Claws, which is an interesting boss. It's like a boss that's always running away from you, but running from these dynamite mice that are firework mice, I guess. And normally you can only destroy the lit ones when you dash into them, but if you do a paraloop, you can destroy the unlit ones to reduce just how many places Claws can jump to. And so it's just like a speedrun technique to just do that quickly. There we go, nice. And eventually just Claws runs out of places to jump to, and then you can finally defeat them.
Claus had 2 mice there, and I still managed to grab them and
Yeah, they were just out of
get
jump
going.
range.
And now we're on to the least favorite level of pretty much every night speedrunner.
Oh, what's my favorite stage as a speedrunner? I guess I'm the exception. Casually, I don't like this stage, but speedrunning wise, I love it. It's just such a technical stage.
I mean, it's definitely easier when you're speedrunning it, but it's still like there's still some scary parts in it.
Yeah. So the fun thing about this stage is it has 2 autoscrollers, and the second autoscroller is basically the first autoscroller plus another autoscroller on top of it, and you can lose so much time. Luckily, aside from the first autoscroller, it's really easy to avoid. The second one's especially easy to avoid. But the first one is kind of scary, and we'll get to that in a moment. Like basically, we're just
Yep.
going to be going through go through the motions of collecting all the orbs as usual. And this one's like a very much a desert themed stage, with like a magnetism motif, I guess. Is like the only way I can describe it, because there's just like a lot of magnetic things going on, like those rotating things that you can get stuck in. And then there's like a point where stuff sticks to you instead of being able to collect them, and you get ranked on how much stuff is you've magnetized yourself. And so like right here is like there's exactly 20 orbs before the autoscroller, and you have to be kind of careful on getting the last 3 because they're right next to where the autoscroller will suck you in. So like right there's like a booster that'll push you into that grate up there,
Ooh.
or you can, if you move just a little too close to that grate, you'll get sucked into it as well because it has a kind of a large field around it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get that autoscroller because I think it's like 30 or 40 seconds long. It's super long.
And the second one is even worse because you can run out of time on it.
Yeah, I almost always do when I was playing casually.
I always run out of time.
And then there's these enemies that are like a triangle formation, and if you go inside that triangle, your boost meter gets completely drained,
Yeah.
and it's really obnoxious because there's one near the end of the stage that if you're not careful, it'll be in a position where it'll catch you, and it makes the boss much harder.
Yeah, the last marathon run I did of this, I ran through one of those like at the end of the 4th lap, and Riella was a tough fight because of that.
Yeah, so in the 4th stage, or the 4th lap here, you go up a tower of sorts where you have this position of like always facing up, and in order to skip the auto scroll, we have to go back down, but we have to go back down the way we came up, so like the camera's still facing upward because like the game's not expecting you to do that. But like you can get used to the movement for it and eventually like find your own flow of getting back down, and it's really fun once you like figure that out. So like if you just keep going to the right there, you'll get to the ultra long auto scroller. Unfortunately, like it's really easy to avoid. Just have to know that you can go back down.
Unfortunately, because you're meant to only go up this tower, the camera will fight you.
Yep.
When you're going back down.
And of course, there's a lot of hazards that are falling back down from like hitting the traps or the trap sensors. And if you're going down, you're going in the same direction as them, and it makes it really hard to avoid.
These boosters are giving me a hard time. There we go.
There you go. Okay, you managed to avoid that enemy.
Oh. Yep, I avoided the cuddle this time.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go out of my way to kill it.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too, just to be safe.
Yeah. So now we're getting basically into the mirror match of the game. You're fighting Riala, which is like the other version of you. And the goal is just to get 3 para loops on Riala. Whereas like for you, your health is your timer. Every time you get hit, you lose 5 seconds, and you get stunned for a little bit, so you lose even more time. And if you time out on a boss, it basically just is considered a game over, and you have to do the whole stage again.
He managed to get a hit on me. You want to... There we go. Heartwolf, it's Cuddles, C-U-T-T-L-E.
Cuddles dodge. I don't know. I think that's funnier.
I mean, yeah, Cuddles,
Cuddles
same thing.
dodge too, and I'm just like, oh, that enemy cuddles you.
Funnily enough, I had a dog a long time ago named Cuddles.
Aw.
She was a good girl.
So now we're on to the final stage. Like, even though it's like we're only doing one of the final stages, but for both characters, the final stage is exactly the same, and they both lead to the credits. They each do have their own ending, but for the sake of speedrunning, you only need to do it once because you do reach a credits point. But so like the final stage is unique in that the entire stage is a single lap, and you have an extended timer of 180 seconds. But it's also unique in that you don't play as knights; you play as the character you chose going into it. And like some mechanics changed a little bit because you still get to fly like knights, but instead you're flying as Claris or Elliot. The main mechanic that changes is that you can no longer do paraloops because you no longer have a trail following you. But as compensation, you gain a larger magnetism around you to make it easier to collect stuff. And in the first two, I won't say last, but 2 orb collections, there's exactly 20 orbs to collect, and especially on the first lap, it can be easy to accidentally miss a couple. Because they're kind of off camera a little bit, especially these last 2 since they're high up. And you do a lot of like making sure to go through as many of the rings as you can, since there's like no other way to refill your meter, and it's really, really handy to have meter for the boss. There you go, nice. Aw. There's these spike rings. If you go through them just right, you can just keep going forward, and it looks really cool when you do it. There you go, nice. But I like this stage a lot. It's like not the most exciting stage to play because it's just like there's not a whole lot going on. There's no enemies, no real obstacles. But like on the 3rd and 4th orb collections, you can turn around after a certain point and skip having to do like a long like section of just going through some balloons and stuff falling, just because it looks really cool. And you can just turn around and basically change the path after a certain point, and do it again here after a certain point. Like when the camera shifts, you can just turn around. Although I guess Akio didn't want to.
I never remember the timing for this one.
That's fair. It's usually like right when the camera starts shifting.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
there
thank
you go.
you.
Nice.
Thank you for the extra chips.
Yeah. So like the stationary balloons up there all have a chip inside them if you're like short.
Oh yeah. By the way, slight flashing warning for this part coming up.
Yeah. So basically now both Elliot and Claris need to be there to break the seal. That's holding knights, and now in this boss fight, you're fighting against Wiseman, the big evil of the game. And you fight with both as Claris and Elliot, both as knights, so you get to have a dual knights fight.
Yep.
But so basically, Wiseman's divided into 4 phases, where the first phase is hurling fireballs, and basically the way to damage him is that you need both knights to touch the shield that's protecting him. And the way you can tell when both are collected is like there'll be a rainbow effect when the second knight's latches on, or if you latch on if the other knight's is already latched on. And then the second phase is like this asteroid field where you just dodge asteroids. They're like the first time through, it's always the same pattern. You can like repeat patterns if you take too long, because then Wiseman will just get bored and move on to the next phase if you take too long. And the third pattern is like these giant snowballs that you can grab onto, and if you grab them, you'll latch onto them like you would latch onto an enemy. Oop, there you go. And it can be really annoying sometimes. And the 4th phase, of course, we're not getting the 4th phase this time. Sometimes Wiseman will repeat a phase for no apparent reason. It doesn't happen that
Yeah,
often,
I
but it does
realized
happen.
when like the background didn't change. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So normally the fourth phase, Wise Man will start tossing tornadoes, and there's a gap in the middle that you have to dash through if you want to get through the tornado without getting caught by it. If you don't
Oh,
dash, you'll get caught in the tornado no matter where you're at.
now I think he's doing the tornado. Yep.
Yep, there it is. So yeah, once in a while it'll just randomly repeat a phase, and it's kind of obnoxious, especially since the snowfield one's like the one that you don't want to repeat.
All right,
Nice.
there we go.
That's the one that's the most difficult to deal with.
All right,
Like on a second time.
time will be coming up when the screen fades to white. And time.
GG.
GG's.
And you got this nice ending cutscene where Clarice goes to audition for a part in a I want to say like a play or like a musical or something. I'm not sure. Because all you can read on that sign is audition, and everything else is like word. And so, like in the when you first boot up this game and just kind of like let the demos go through, they'll actually show the opening cutscenes for Clarice and Elliot. And Clarice's dream was to audition and get the part for a performance, but in her nightmare, she gets cold feet, and the all the directors start laughing at her and turn into the nightmarian creatures. But here we have totally looks like Steven Spielberg being impressed with her singing. Then we get this lovely credits music where normally it's the child version of Dream Dreams, but if you go back and go through all the stages and get A ranks, it'll be the adult version.
Yeah. And if you play Christmas Nights, it's the acapella version.
Yep. Yeah, Christmas Nights, I got to show off at another marathon. That is such a good game because like it's just a glorified demo disc where like you get to play two different versions of Spring Valley, both Christmas themed, and you get a lot of bonuses. Like you get to play Sonic into Dreams, where you get to play through as Sonic and fight Robotnik, where Robotnik just replaces Puffy. It's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Both around. It's like super easy. Well, that was a beautiful run. Do you have any shout outs you would like to do?
Shout
to
out
Nights in the Dreams.
Yeah, shout outs to Nights in the Dream. Shout outs to the Knights community. The Knights community has actually been growing a lot over the years. Like when Shentok and I were like first starting out as a Knights community, it was very little people. And
Yeah,
shout outs to
we were so short back then.
and shout outs yep. Shout outs to Shentok for commentating for me. Like this game requires a lot of my concentration, so it really helps to have someone to like explain everything so I can focus. But also shout outs to this marathon. Like this is actually my first time doing Power Up with Pride, and I would totally love to do it again.
Well, thank you so much. This is one of my favorite marathons to help out with too. It's just such a wonderful cause. It's just such a wonderful vibe, and I feel the same way about this game. Actually, it's such a wonderful vibe. So thank you for bringing Knights to Power Up with Pride. And I'm grateful that I got to be the one to host for this. Now, this is our final run of the day, but not of the event. So we sure hope that we're going to see you again when we come back after the break. We have 2 more days of incredible runs for y'all. We're going to be back at 5:15 a.m. Pacific time, 8:15 a.m. Eastern time with our morning pre-show, and then we just have all kinds of incredible runs lined up for y'all. So please do come back. Happy Pride, everybody. I will be back hosting again tomorrow night as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the chat so much. Everybody, take care wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you again real soon.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.